Hello everyone, thanks for stopping back in. My name is Jean. All right, today we are going to work on a little Easter garland that I'm going to use on my tier tray. I know you can go over to Dollar Tree and other places and get them really cheap, but I have all these beads on hand, so we're going to make our own and I'm going to take you along. So I just put my beads out. I got a little ribbon and some twine. We're going to be using all that. Just pick out whatever you have. But we're going to push that aside because first of all, we need to make a cute little carrot. I'm going to tie these on the end of the garland. So these are made out of clothespins and then just some ribbon and some paint. Really cute, easy to make. And I made one to show you the difference in the big. So this is what they consider a 2-inch clothespin, which is really 1 3/4. And they consider this a 3-inch clothespin, which really is 2 3/4. So that's your different size difference. We're using the small ones, the mini ones, to make our carrots. Isn't that cute though? Okay. Start out with that. So we're just using, I get a hold of one, this type clothespin. And it's really easy to take off. All you basically do is just kind of give it a little twist and you can get it. I got stuck. There you go. And you can pop that right off and pop that right off. So they come off quite easily. And then we are going to paint it. So I'll give it a quick paint. We're not going to paint all of them because I have some painted. So all you do is, I just have Deco Art. I'm using Orange Flame, whatever orange you have. This is what I had on hand. This is what I'm going to use. I wasn't going to buy it if I have something on hand. So then all you're going to do is take your paintbrush, whatever you want. And then what I usually do is I just hold on to one end. And then I just kind of paint. Bring you down here. Just give it a paint, no big deal. We're just going to paint it, okay? So we would just paint the whole thing. And I like to paint them first, okay? Because otherwise, they're a little bit more difficult to paint. Then the next thing we're going to do after we get them all painted, so all together we need 16. We need 4 of our clothespins. This is a big clothespin. So we need 4 of the clothespins and 8 pieces all together. The next thing we're going to do is, I got this wood glue from Dollar Tree. I love this. Works really well. And I like the small bottles so that it doesn't harden up on me. And all we're going to do is put a little bit on the back. Once I get it to come out. Don't tell me you harden up on me already. I need a needle and I don't have one down here. Okay. I just got this bottle. Or did I not open this one yet? Is this my other bottle? Nope, this is my good bottle. No, we'll do it this way. Okay. Must have some stuff in the tip I'll have to get out. And then all I would do is, put a little bit on. You're going to put it on that flat side. So put it on that flat side. And then we're just going to take and put them together like that. Put it together. Now what I like to do after I get it nice and kind of even there is take a different clothespin and then I'll just clamp it on there just to help to hold it. And then that also works really well for keeping it off so it can dry if it's still a little, if you wanted to dry them. You could paint them after they're glued together like this. You could paint them too that way. It doesn't matter. Just don't paint them when the whole thing is put together because you miss some of the little cracks. Okay, so let's push this aside. Take our 4. And the way we're going to put this together, so we're going to do some more gluing. And I think I'm just going to use, try to see what I have. If I have my, this will work. Okay, so we're going to glue the first 2 down like that. And then we'll be putting the second one on top like that. And then we're going to flip it. I'm just going to use this to put some glue on since my glue's not cooperating as usual. So you only need to put glue down here at the bottom because the other part doesn't really hook, as you can see. So we're trying to do this so that we can let this dry. The glue dries pretty quickly, so just line it up. So you're going to glue those two pieces like that. Okay. Just trying to make sure it grabs quickly. And then we're going to take, after we glue everything together, we got all the clothespins. So basically what we did, I'll show you in a big one to glue them together in case you didn't see it on the little one. So basically, no, your clothespin is normally kind of like this. Beep, boop. We are just flipping it and putting the backs together. So we're gluing them like that. So instead of the way they come, we're just putting the backs together and gluing them like that. So that's what we did on, so we got 4 pieces, 4 clothespins. And now we got laid 2 down like that. And now we're going to glue this one on top on this side. Okay. So we're just going to do the same thing. Use what you have and glue things down. That's what happens, people. When things don't want to cooperate with you, oh, it wouldn't be the first time, would it? You think you're all prepared. And then just center it in the middle. And bring it up. And then we just center it right in the middle on top. Now, if you were laying this down flat on something, you wouldn't have to put the back piece on. But I'm putting the back piece on because mine's going to be 3-dimensional. It's going to hang off of my garland. And we'll put a little bow on it. But we need this one to dry. I have one made and we'll need this one to dry. So then I'm going to flip it carefully. Let's put the glue on. Like that. Use whatever you have, guys, for a brush. It works. Okay, I'm going to try it gently so I don't move that bottom one around. And we're just going to put that on top. Okay, now we have to let this, I'm going to line that up there. We have to let this all dry before I can try putting the greenery on top, okay? So that's why I want to work on this first. I'm going to push that off to the side so it's out of our way. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So let's grab some twine out here. I don't know how much I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave it on the thing. First thing I like to do, I need to leave enough to tie onto the carrot. You just want to tie the end on the carrot here. If I can get it started. And you can use anything, like you can just put tassels on the end. You don't have to do what I'm doing, making carrots. If you have some other like big wooden Easter looking pieces, go ahead and use that. So I'm just going to tie that on. Just get it in whatever kind of knot you can get. I'm trying not to bring this up, like it's fighting me. Okay. Bring that on, and then I'll just cut that little edge away. We'll be putting a bow on here towards the end. Okay. Then the next thing I do is I will tie a knot. Now you could glue your bead down, but the holes are kind of pretty big. It doesn't really work the best, so I just find that tying a knot works for me. I probably should have tied it first, but I like doing things difficult. That's just going to help stop the bead a little bit. And then I like to have enough so it dangles down like that. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use I'm going to cut this at 24, about 24 inches. Okay, so we can start beading. Now what I'll do is, because I had that little knot down there, and then just put your beads on, and I will use that knot to put a little bit of glue, which should be, let's see if this glue bottle will work. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the end of that knot, and then put that bead right against it. That'll just give it a little bit more stability there. Okay. Nothing fancy. You don't have to be fancy here. Now we're just going to thread and kind of make it as big as we want. I'm going to put that on. Let's go with a bunny. Probably not a blue bunny. Let's move this out of our way. So I think I'm going to do the yellow bunny. And this one is plain on both sides, so it doesn't matter. And just string it through. And then let's do, let's see, how about a pink bead? And these are, I think, 12. Okay, if you have resistance and you have problems with the bead going through, grab one of these bead threaders. Because with wood beads, sometimes you hit the unfinished wood in the middle of the bead. So sometimes it might give you a little trouble. So we'll bring that down. We'll put a pink one, and then we'll put, let's see, we have some bunnies. Let's take an egg. Take the yellow one. Now this you might need the bead threader because these holes are smaller. But sometimes I'll go through. Just take the bead threader. And all my beads are double-sided, which is really nice. And then just pull it through. And hope I put them on there. I wasn't paying attention to make sure I had the egg going in the right way. Okay, so we got that so far. And then we'll put another bead. Let's do the purple bead. Put that on there. And basically we're just going to repeat our pattern here. Like that. And now let's go with, how about a green bunny? Come on, all the way through. Nope, it's shredding there. So let's use our bead threader. Sometimes wood beads aren't finished on the inside. So you do have some difficulties. You can also do, you know, like maybe a little Scotch tape on the end. I don't have no wax. That might work too to kind of make it. Okay, so what do we got here? We got the green. So let's put a yellow bead against the green. Again, you want to keep doing that. We're just going to use the bead threader. Be less headache, right? I have it sitting here anyways. Okay, so let's use the blue one again. I guess we'll use it, not first. Nope, we gotta use something else. So let's use, how about a carrot this time? And just put it through. Get the carrot. Now we'll put the blue bead through. It's a bluish, blue tealy color. Okay, we used the yellow, the green. We have a pink and a blue yet. So let's do our pink one next. No rhyme or reason. I just try not to put two of the same color beads next to each other. So we've got, let's do purple. And yellow. And the bunny head. How about that? These are so easy to make, guys. So it's like, if you have the beads, you know, make your own if you have the beads. But I know at Dollar Tree they were, I think they were $1.25. I don't think they were more than that. But I also didn't want big shapes because it is going on my tier tray. So I didn't want the big egg shapes and stuff like that. Because I don't want something large on my tier tray. Okay, so we have that. For sure we'll put, because that's going to have to be probably close to double our size we're going to need probably. So now we'll do the blue. Blue one. Now we'll do the pink. And well, the blue will be on the opposite side, so we can do that. Did I get all the shapes? The bunny head, so let's go with the egg again. So let's take the pink egg. So we'll do that. Put that on. And you repeat. Just keep repeating until you get the size you want. And this is the tier tray that I'm going to use. I got this from Dollar Tree. It's got 2 stands. So we're just going to be, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. Like maybe like kind of around like that. But hang, I'll let it hang a little bit. So we're not sure how we're going to hang it, or we might just hang it like, we might drape it along the sides. I know it's hard to show you something like this. You know, drape it. I haven't decided yet. I'll make it and then I'll decide. Okay, let's get back to this. Just stand up so I know which way, if you're up or down here. Okay, there we go. And now I'll put the blue one on. Then take all that one in. Okay. Twine is getting ratty. I'm trying to think. I think I'll do one more. I'm gonna cut a little bit of this ratty stuff off here. It's getting a little. Okay, so I think I'll put one more bunny, because with the carrots on the end, it's gonna be, I think, long enough for the tier tray. I can always make another one later on if I want another one. So let's see, we did the blue. We'll do purple. Do the purple. And we just did the pink, so we'll probably do the yellow again. And then I did the carrot. Carrot. Purple. And I got all these beads, I would say all these, off of Temu. The clothespins I got off of Amazon. I'll link those for you. If I can find the beads, I will link the beads. If I can, you know, some of them are from, well, I think they still sell the bunnies, because I think I've seen them recently, but I bought the bunnies last year because, and it took me a while to get all the colors because they kept selling out. So I couldn't use them last year because of that, because they kept selling out on me. So I couldn't get all the colors. And I just recently got the beads. It was a pack. And so if I can find everything, I will put everything in for you guys. Okay, I'm going to end there, I think. So let's do our little knot. So we make sure it stays. And even with the knot, it should stay just fine. You know, I'm just adding the little glue just for, you know. I mean, quite frankly, if I ever get bored of my garland, I'll just cut it and use the beads over again. So that's the one thing about doing this. You just do that. Get a little glue down there. Okay, I'm just gonna push the bead against it, and then it'll just dry on its own there. Okay, so that's our garland. There's the one carrot. I'll change the camera in a minute. So let's finish up. I'm not very good at making bows, guys, but we're going to try our best here. We are going to try to make a bow, and then we'll get back to that carrot. So this was some ribbon I picked up last year from somewhere. You know that, from somewhere. Okay. I am not good at bows, and I have to go ahead and flip that to make it inside here. This is easier when I'm not on camera. I can do it a little better. I need to make them a little bit bigger. I can't get a hold of them through there. Giving it my best shot, guys, for you. Pull. There we go. Not too bad. See how big we want it. Let's see. We're going to put that right on the top up there. We decide the size we want. Okay. I just kind of take my scissors and kind of fluff those back up. All right, so let's cut how big we want those. And then we're going to glue that down right on top up there. So let's get some glue going here. Just going to put a little dollop there. A dollop will do ya. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to use, I think I can get this clothespin around. Probably a bigger one would work. Oh, get back there. You need to be on the front of the carrot. See if I can get it to hold it down there. Nope, that's not going to do it. Okay, we're going to push this off to the side and we're going to hope for the best. I think I can use this big one now. We don't need to use that anymore. Let's use this. I think I can get the big one to work. Normally, you know, I would just sit here and hold it myself and, you know, wait a couple minutes. All right. So now that we have this all glued together, we're going to make the little top piece, whatever that's called. My brain ain't working right now, so just forgive me for that because it's kind of late. I'm trying to get these done because I'm a little behind because of some other things around the house. We've had a big plumbing issue and stuff like that, and so I'm not getting as much Easter videos out as I wanted to. So all I'm going to do is, well, first I want to cut a little piece. Okay, so what I do is cut a little piece. I'm going to be using that for something. Ignore me. And then just kind of go around your hand as many times as you want. I'll go probably 10. Depending how fluffy you want that top piece. I'm just trying to keep my ribbon straight. Somewhat straight from twisting. Okay. Leave it at that. So then what I do is grab all that, the bottom piece, and then I tie this around to hold everything together. I'm sure there's other ways to do this. This is just how I like to do it. I like to secure that first before I glue it inside. And I got a loop there that won't go out. Come on. You're on camera, so let's cooperate. Or not. If you have a helper, that would be nice too. Okay. So I just do that just to keep the bottom. so that everything doesn't fall out. If one piece doesn't glue in there, this will help it out. Okay, now I'll just cut those off. Now what we're going to do is this is going to go down inside, okay? But we're going to push a little glue down in there first. And I just kind of put it, you can put it right on here. It works just as well. I've done that too. Just put the glue right on the end of your, if you're using the art glitter glue, which is what this is, it dries pretty darn fast. So, and I just shove it down in there. Like that, okay, and then let me wipe my hands a little bit. Then I just cut all these, and then what I'll do is give them a little trim to the size you want. I'll do it over here so that all the stuff goes over there. And I just kind of like pull them apart a little bit. And then you have your carrot, which before I put the ribbon on, we're going to tie him to the end. And I want to try to remember to keep them about the same length away as the other one. Right about there, I think, is good. Don't have to be too picky about it. Does not want to cooperate on camera. Oh. Come on, I know. I'm gonna make our loop first. How about we just make our loop first and then put it over the top. Like that. Oop. That's what I get for doing it while it's not dry yet. But can't help it. Sometimes you have to when you're working on a camera. Okay, and I'm just gonna pull that tight. Cut off the excess. That. So we got our garland. There's our carrot that way. I'm going to make another bow. All I do is kind of make two like little loops and then just kind of fold them over that way. Especially when you're using a ribbon that has a pattern only on one side. Then I'll straighten it, kind of straighten it the best I can and make it the size I want, which we know that's too big. And just kind of pull it and play with it until you kind of get it where you want it. Okay. A little more on this one, I think. That looks pretty good. Close enough, I think. My tail on this one got the other way, so see if we can turn it. All right, now we're going to glue this one up on top, right on top. Add some glue there. Push it on top. That one should be done. It's not going to go on as nice. I'll just hold that one for a bit. There's the finished one though. A cute carrot. And there would be our garland. And I ended up making it, it's about 15 inches. 15 inches. And if I get the before this video goes up, if I get the tier tray done, I will take a picture of the tier tray and put it at the end of this video. Hopefully I'll get it done. I'm going to cut these tails a little bit. There. So there is our little garland. So just take your beads and you can make your own then. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope I explained these carrots properly to you. But they are very easy to make, and you can make ornaments out of them. This one I didn't put the ribbon on front, but you can use them, make ornaments, stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.